Yeah.
But I'll see how it goes. I might do that.
I mean, I did much the opposite when I printed it out. I just put all your lines in red. But, you know.
Right, I'll sit into Granny's chair.
That's it. Have a seat, young Timothy.
Bloody hell, I'm bashing things already. Right.
Oh, it's very cramped in there.
God, I don't want to hit anything. That's the trouble.
That's it.
Oh.
There we go.
Bloody hell.
That's it. And the old rotating chair. Brilliant. Now, pity the poor Steve who has to wedge himself into that for every session.
That's funny. That is funny. So the microphone. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, that one's fun. I have to pick up, actually grab my right leg, lift it up, and squidge it in. Yeah.
Now, so right, headphones on.
Yep, headphones on so you can hear yourself.
1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. All right, then.
That'll be it. Brilliant. Okay, and I'll close you in to kill all the echo.
Okay.
And yeah, go for your life. I will actually just run upstairs and grab my copy of the script, but you can start whenever you like.
So it is just recording now, and you're going to... Hi, Steve. I'm going to start it. Right, that sounds quiet. Who's there? Did you?
Alright, I should have said don't start yet because there's going to be creaky floorboards while Fat Ass Steve walks around on the floors.
The noise you're hearing now is Fat Ass Steve walking down the stairs.
Correct.
Okay, I figured you wouldn't want that in the background, so I haven't started yet.
Ah, brilliant, brilliant. Okay.
Okay, I am going to...
Right,
Are you looking at the script as well?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
yes,
so you will know if I've missed a bit. I think I'm good, but if I've missed a bit, you just tell me to go back. Okay.
No
All right. Let's hopefully this will sound okay. Who's there? God knows. That's it. My God. They wiped us out. Simply wiped us out.
Missed a little bit there.
Okay, thank you.
What hasn't at the start of that line?
Oh, okay, yep, cool.
It says, what's happened? And you're like, what hasn't?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Going back to that. What hasn't? They wiped us out. Simply wiped us out. I lay still, scared out of my wits, with the forequarter of a horse atop of me. We'd been wiped out. And the smell, good God, like burnt meat. I was hurt across the back by the fall of the horse, and there I had to lie until I felt better. Just like parade it had been a minute before, then stumble, bang, swish. Wiped out. It's no kindness to the right sort of wife to make her a widow.
Could I ask you to give me a little bit of a clap or a finger snap into the mic, just so I can see that chapter has ended?
Oh, okay.
Thanks, man.
End of chapter. The next chapter. It's no kindness to the right sort of wife to make her a widow. Gun destroyed last night, sir. Have been hiding. Trying to rejoin battery, sir. You'll come in sight of the Martians. I expect about half a mile down the road. Well, I'll do that properly this time. Actually, the real words. Gun destroyed last night, sir. Have been hiding. Trying to rejoin battery, sir. You'll come in sight of the Martians, I expect, about half a mile along this road. Is that all right so far? I'm on to the next page. Actually, what I'm going to do... Sorry, bumping the microphone. Gee. Okay, get rid of that. Okay. They've gone away across London. I guess they've got a bigger camp there of a night all over there. Hampstead way, the sky is alive with their lights. It's like a great city, and in the glare you can just see them moving. By daylight you can't, but nearer, I haven't seen them. 5 days. No, it's all right, I'll do that last bit again. By daylight you can't, but nearer, I haven't seen them 5 days. Then I saw a couple across Hammersmith way carrying something big, and the night before last, it was just a matter of lights, but it was something up in the air. I believe they've built a flying machine and are learning to fly. Yes, fly.
Isn't that the last chapter?
Oh, I don't. Oh, possibly. I've printed it. I'm not actually. I'm reading my pages. So what have I done wrong?
I've got it all there.
Okay. Oh, I need to go on to the second one, don't I? There. Sorry. No,
It's no kindness to the right sort of wife to make her a widow.
Yes, I did that.
Gun destroyed last night. You did that one. And then what the dickens are they like? It's the rest of the conversation with the lieutenant
shit.
there.
Oh, God. Have I just printed all the wrong fucking... Excuse me, French.
All right, yeah, I've got 2 copies of that anyway. Grab that one.
All right.
In case you want it.
Thanks.
Oh, bloody hedgehogs, man.
Yes, I know. Mine literally lasted 24 hours. It was brilliant. But this freaking cough...
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I just completely missed printing something then.
I think so.
Probably.
The rest of that chapter.
Well, maybe I didn't realise there was a rest of this fucking chapter. Excuse my French. All right, I'll
Actually, you will want to look at my copy because I've written you a little bit of improv.
all
You
right.
can improv around it, of course, if you want to.
Okay. Oh, well, jeez.
But
I tell you. Okay.
he carries on sort of describing the machines in the background while the narrator keeps talking.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So we're now on the second bit. Yeah. So okay. Sorry, you're going to listen to this back and go, geez, will he ever stop talking and just get on with the real world?
Right, so we're going back to the page before that yet, though.
Oh, yes, what would you like?
We just did you'll come inside of the Martians, I expect, about half a mile along the road. But then the lieutenant is like, what the dickens are they like?
Oh, right. Oh, what the dickens are they like? Yeah, okay. From What the Dickens Are They Like? Asked the lieutenant. A lieutenant.
Mm-hmm. I did do that properly, and I was very proud of myself.
Very good, very good. All right, here we go. Giants in armour, sir. 100 feet high. 3 legs and a body like aluminium, with a mighty great head and a hood, sir. You'll see, sir. They carry a kind of box, sir, that shoots fire and strikes you dead. The improv. No, sir. You can't see it, sir, but you can feel it pass by the heat, sir. And whatever it touches, it sets aflame, sir. Trees, buildings, or men, it makes no difference, sir. Like a hand of some devil it is, sir. I watched it melt guns, burn men, blow up ammunition as easily as a boy with a magnifying glass burns an ant's nest, sir. Yeah, good improv, that. Steve. Yes.
It felt like it was
H.G. Wells himself couldn't have written better. Right.
No, but he would have written it with worse fucking punctuation.
Yes, indeed. I shall go on. I love this next line, by the way. It's bows and arrows against the lightning anyhow. They haven't seen the fire beam yet. Except it's that fire beam. I'll do that again. It's bows and arrows against the lightning anyhow. They haven't seen that fire beam yet.
I think that's the first real sort of specific hint of what sort of man he is. Because he's talking tough and he's acting like, oh, I want to get back to the army and fight.
Yes.
But I think on the inside, he just wants to run and hide.
Yes, yes. Yes, he's kind of given up, hasn't he? He understands the futility of it all.
That's it.
And you know, and then he goes on, obviously, we're living underground. We can't beat them. We're right.
That's it. Another few snaps, if you don't mind. This is your big third chapter.
Yes, okay. Snap, snap, snap. We're on to book 2, chapter 7, The Man on Putney Hill. My grandfather lived in Putney.
Yeah.
Well, my grandma and granddad lived in Putney. And now I'm going to cough. Sorry about that. Okay.
Don't be afraid to hydrate often.
Oh, yes, a hydrator. I'll warn him now.
Mhm.
Stop! I hope that's not going to bust the thing. Stop! Where do you come from? There is no food about here. This is my country. All this hill down to the river and back to Clapham. I'm up to the edge of the common. There's only food for one. Which way are you going? You're going to do that one again just so you get a choice.
Mhm.
There is no food about here. This is my country. All this hill down to the river and back to Clapham and up to the edge of the common. There is only food for one. Which way are you going? Oh, that's now I've got that's where I skipped to. Yeah.
Mm.
It is you, the man from Woking, and you weren't killed at Weybridge. Good luck. We are lucky ones. Fancy you. I crawled up a drain, but they didn't kill everyone. And after they went away, I got off towards Walton across the fields. But it's not 16 days altogether, and your hair is grey. Only a rook. One gets to know that birds have shadows these days. This is a bit open. Let us crawl under those bushes and talk. They've gone away across London. I guess they've got a bigger camp there. Of a night, all over there, Hampstead way, the sky is alive with their lights. It's like a great city, and in the glare you can just see them moving. By daylight you can't, but nearer, I haven't seen them. 5 days. Just going to do that last bit again.
Mm-hmm.
But nearer, I haven't seen them 5 days. Then I saw a couple across Hammersmith way carrying something big. And the night before last, it was just a matter of lights, but it was something up in the air. I believe they've built a flying machine and are learning to fly. Yes, fly. They will, but it will relieve things out. Do that again. They will, but it will relieve things a bit over. Oh, for God's sake, read the words. They will, but it will relieve things over here a bit. And besides, aren't you satisfied it is up with humanity? I am. We're down. We're beat. We're beat. It's all over. They've lost one, just one, and they've made their footing good and crippled the greatest power in the world. They've walked all over us. The death of that one at Weybridge was an accident, and these are only pioneers. They kept on coming. These green stars, I've seen none these 5 or 6 days, but I've no doubt they're falling somewhere every night. Nothing's to be done. We're under. We're beat. This isn't a war. Never was a war, any more than there's war between man and ants. How do you know? Ching. Was that me or was that you?
It might have been my phone. I thought I'd turned it off.
That's all good. How do you know? Something wrong with a gun. But what if there is? They'll get it right again. And even if there's a delay, how can it alter the end? It's just men and ants. There's the ants, build their cities, live their lives, have wars, revolutions, until the men want them out of the way, and then they go out of the way. That's what we are now, just ants. Only we're eatable ants. That's what I've been thinking. That's what I've been thinking. After Weybridge, I went south, thinking. I saw what was up. Most of the people were hard at it, squealing and exciting themselves. But I'm not so fond of squealing. I've been in sight of death once or twice. I'm not an ornamental soldier, and at best and worst, death is just death. and it's the man that keeps on thinking comes through. I saw everyone tracking away south. Says I, food won't last this way, and I turned right back. I went for the Martians like a sparrow goes for man. All round, they're starving in heaps, bolting, treading on each other. You let me know if it sounds a bit dodgy that you need me to do it again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a couple of bits, but we'll go back to them.
Okay. No doubt lots who had money have gone away to France. There's food all about here. Canned things in shops, wines, spirits, mineral waters, and the water mains and drains are empty. Well, I was telling you what I was thinking. Bing. I'll do that again. There's food all about here. Canned things in shops, wines, spirits, mineral waters, and the water mains and drains are empty. Well, I was telling you what I was thinking. Here's intelligent things, I said, and it seems they want us for food. First they'll smash us up. Ships, machines, guns, cities, all the order and organisation. All that will go. If we were the size of ants, we might pull through. But we're not. It's all but we're not. It's all too bulky to stop. That's the first certainty, eh? It is. I thought it out. Very well. It is. I thought it out.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It is. I thought it out. Very well then. Next. Sorry, again. It is. I thought it out. Very well then. Next. At present, we're caught as we're wanted. A Martian only has to go a few miles to get a crowd on a run. And I saw one day out by Wandsworth picking houses to pieces and routing among the wreckage. But they won't keep on doing that. So soon as they've settled all our guns and ships and smashed our railways and done all the things that they are doing over there, they'll begin catching us systematic, picking the best and storing us in cages and things. That's what they will start doing. That's what they will start doing in a bit. Lord, they haven't even... Lord, they haven't begun on us yet. Don't you see that? Not begun. All that's happened so far is through our not having the sense to keep quiet, worrying them with guns and such foolery, and losing our heads and rushing off in crowds to where there wasn't any more safety than when we were. They don't want to bother. They don't want to bother us yet. They're making their things, making all the things they couldn't bring with them, and getting things ready for the rest of their people. Very likely that's why the cylinders have stopped for a bit, for fear of hitting those who are here. And instead of our rushing about blind on the how or getting dynamite on the chance of busting them up, we've got to fix ourselves up according to the new state of affairs. That's how I figure it out. It isn't quite according to what a man wants for his species, but it's about what the facts point to. And that's the principle I acted upon. Cities, nations, civilization, progress, it's all over. That game's up. We're beat. Now, I'm saying it that in quite a... Do you want me to say it in a more downbeat way?
No, I think you're right. You're trying to convince the protagonist.
Yeah. He's actually quite happy, isn't he? He said he's actually quite happy that this is all gone.
He is kind of, and he's pretty sure that he's smarter than everyone else.
Yeah.
He's figured out things that other people haven't figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so so we're happy with that sort of tone.
Mm-hmm. And also, there's that little bit of like old English class warfare going on, I think.
Oh yes, yeah.
Particularly in this next speech here.
Yeah. And yes, he certainly disdains all that sort of the arts and stuff, doesn't he? Yeah.
And the man he's talking to is a highly educated scientific theorist or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
Okay. There won't be any more blessed concert for a million. There won't be any more blessed concerts for a million years or so. There won't be any Royal Academy of Arts and no nice little feeds at restaurants. If it's amusement you're after, I reckon the game is up. If you've got any drawing room manners or a dislike to eating peas with a knife or dropping H's, you better chuck 'em away. They ain't no further use. I mean, that men like you... No, I don't. Yes, I do. I mean that men like me are going on living for the sake of the breed. I tell you, I'm grim set on living, and if I'm not mistaken, you'll show what insides you've got too before long. We aren't going to be exterminated, and I don't mean to be caught either, and tamed and fattened and bred like a thundering ox. Yeah, fancy those brown creepers. I do. I'm going on, under their feet. I've got it planned. I've thought it out. We men are beat. We don't know enough. We've got to learn before we got a chance. And we've got to live and keep independent while we learn. See? That's what has to be done. Eh? I thought it out, eh? Well, those who mean to escape their catching must get ready. I'm getting ready. Mind you, it isn't all of us that are made for wild beasts, and that's what it's got to be. That's why I watched you. I had my doubts. You're slender. I didn't know that it was you see, or just how you'd been. You see, or just how you'd been buried.
I love how you hit slender there, by the way. That was perfect.
Oh, okay. Well, I might say it again, but you can use the first.
Slender. You're delicate.
Yeah, you're a little you're a wuss. I didn't know that it was you see, or just how you've been buried. I didn't know it. I didn't know that it was you see, or just how you'd been buried. All these, the sort of people that lived in these houses, and all those damn little clerks that used to live down that way, they'd be no good. They haven't any spirit in them. No proud dream and no proud lusts. And a man who hasn't one or the other, Lord, what is he but funk and precautions? They just used to skedaddle off to work. I've seen hundreds of them, bit of breakfast in hand, running wild and shining to catch their little seasoned trick. Oh, that was a shame. I was on a roll there. They used to skedaddle off to work. I've seen hundreds of them, bit of breakfast in hand, running wild and shining to catch their little season ticket train for fear they'd get dismissed if they didn't. Working at businesses they were afraid to take the trouble to understand. Skedaddling back for fear they wouldn't be in time for dinner. Keeping indoors after dinner for fear of being on it. Blah, blah, blah.
You go from keeping there.
Yeah. Keeping indoors after dinner for fear of the back streets and sleeping with the wives they married. Not because they wanted them, but because they had a bit of money that would make for safety in one of their little miserable skedaddle through the world. I have no fucking idea what that means. Keeping indoors after dinner for fear of the extras. Yeah, sleeping with wives they married. Not because they wanted them, but because they had a bit of money that would make for safety in their one little miserable skedaddle through the world. Right, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. He's got a chip the size of
He really has. You probably lost a girl to one of those dogs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right, okay. Skedaddling back for fear. Hang on, I'm losing my eyesight here. Here we go. Skedaddling back for fear they wouldn't be in time for dinner. Keeping indoors after dinner for fear of the back streets. And sleeping with the wives they married. Not because they wanted them, but because they had a bit of money that would make for safety in their one little miserable skedaddle through the world. Lives insured and a bit invested for fear of accidents.
Sensible way to live, if you ask me, but all right.
Yeah. And on Saturdays, fear of the hereafter.
Sunday.
Oh, bloody hell, the wrong day of the week.
Oh, yeah. No judgment here.
Oh, right, of course.
Excuse me.
Right. And on Sundays, fear of the hereafter. As if hell was built for rabbits. The Martians will just be a godsend to these. Nice, roomy cages, fattening food, careful breeding, no worry. After a week or so chasing about the fields and lands on empty stomachs, they'll come and be caught cheerful. They'll be quite glad after a bit. They'll wonder what people did before then. They'll wonder what people did before there were Martians to take care of them. And the bar loafers and mashers and singers, I can imagine them. I can imagine them.
Oop, I fucked up there.
You did, yeah. It's in perfect red. There'll be any amount of sentiment and religion loose among them. There's hundreds of things I saw with my eyes that I've only begun to see clearly these last few days. There's lots will take these things. There's lots will take things as they are, fat and stupid, and lots will be worried by a sort of feeling that it's all wrong and that they ought to be doing something. Now, whenever things are so that a lot of people feel they ought to be doing something, the weak, and those who go weak with a lot of complicated thinking, always make for a sort of do-nothing religion, very pious and superior, and submit to persecution and the will of the Lord. I'm going to do that again just in case I fuck that up. Now, whenever things are so that a lot of people feel they ought to be doing something, the weak, and those who go weak with a lot of complicated thinking, always make for a sort of do-nothing religion, very pious and superior, and submit to persecution and the will of the Lord. Very likely you've seen the same thing. It's energy in a gale of funk and turned clean inside out. These cages will be full of psalms and hymns and piety, and those of a less simple sort will work in a bit of, eroticism. Very likely these Martians will make pets of some of them, train them to do tricks, who knows, get sentimental over the pet boy who grew up and had to be killed. And some, maybe, they'll train to hunters. What's the good of going on with such lies? There's men who do it cheerful. What nonsense to pretend there isn't.
A little bit more antagonistic on those two, I think.
Okay. What's the good of going on with such lies? There's men who do it cheerful. What nonsense to pretend there isn't.
Beautiful.
If they come after me, Lord, if they come after me. Well, it's like this. What have we to do? We have to invent a sort of life where men can live and breed and be sufficiently secure to bring the children up. I said children.
Yeah.
Well, it's like this. What have we to do? We have to invent a sort of life where men can live and breed and be sufficiently secure to bring the children up. Yes. Wait a bit, and I'll make it clearer what I think ought to be done. The tame ones will go like all tame beasts. In a few generations they'll be big, beautiful, rich-blooded, stupid, rubbish. The risk is that we who keep wild will go savage, degenerate into a sort of big, savage rat. You see, how I mean to live is underground. I've been thinking about the drains. Of course, those who don't know drains think horrible things, but under this London are miles and miles, hundreds of miles. And a few days' rain and London empty will leave them sweet and clean. The main drains are big enough and airy enough for anyone. Then there's... Then there's cellars, vaults, stores, from which bolting passages can be made into... I can't remember the half line.
Perfect. Starting from which and then throwing out the top. There's no problem at all. I can edit that.
Oh, you can edit that, can you? Okay. Then there's cellars, vaults, stores, from which bolting passages may be made to the drains. Just wait for that to go. And the railway tunnels and subways, you begin to see? And we form a band, able-bodied, clean-minded men We're not going to pick up any rubbish that drifts in. Weaklings go out again. Well, I parlayed, didn't I? Those who stop obey orders. Waiting for the thunderous motorway pass.
Yeah, good one.
Those who stop obey orders. Able-bodied, clean-minded women we want also. Mothers and teachers. No lackadaisical ladies, not blasted rolling eyes. We can't have any weak or silly. Life is real again, and the useless and cumbersome and mischievous. Life is real again, and the useless and the cumbersome and mischievous have to die. They ought to die. They ought to be willing to die. It's a sort of disloyalty after all to live and taint the race. And they can't be happy. Moreover, dying's none so dreadful. It's the funking makes it bad, and in all those places we shall gather. Our district will be London. Our district will be London, and we may even be able to keep a watch and run about in the open when the Martians keep away. Play cricket, perhaps. Sorry, I did a laugh. You don't need a laugh, do you? Doesn't say laugh. And we may even be able to keep a watch and run about in the open when the Martians keep away. Play cricket, perhaps. That's how we shall save the race, eh? It's a possible thing. But saving the race is nothing in itself. As I say, that's only being rats. It's saving our knowledge, and adding to it is the thing. There, men like you come in. There's books, there's models. We must make great safe places down deep and get all the books we can. Not novels and poetry swipes, but ideas, science books. That's where men like you come in. We must go to the British Museum and pick all those books through. Especially we must keep up our science, learn more. We must watch these Martians. Some of us must go as spies. When it's all working, perhaps I will. Get caught, I mean. And the great thing is, we must leave the Martians alone. We mustn't even steal. If we get in their way, we clear out. We must show them we mean no harm. Yes, I know, but they're intelligent things, and they won't hunt us down if they have all they want and think we're just harmless vermin. Harmless vermin? That's wrong. Yes, I know, but they're intelligent things, and they won't hunt us down if they have all they want and think we're just harmless vermin. After all, it may not be so much we may have to learn before... Excuse me. After all, it may not be so much we may have to learn before. Just imagine this. 4 or 5 of their fighting machines suddenly starting off. Heat rays right and left, and not a Martian in them. Not a Martian in them, but men. Men who have learned the way out. It may be in my time even, those men. Fancy having one of them lovely things with its heat ray wide and free. Fancy having it in control. What would it matter if you smashed it to smithereens at the end of a run? After a bust like that, I reckon the Martians will open their beautiful eyes. Can't you see them, man? Can't you see them hurrying, puffing and blowing and hooting to their other mechanical affairs? Something out of gear in every case. And swish, bang, rattle, swish, just as they are fumbling over it, and swish comes the heat ray, and behold, man has come back to his own.
Good one.
Was that okay? I mean, is he getting his...
features? Yeah, I think so. I like the emotions of it.
Yeah, he's really just getting carried away with his vision, isn't he?
He really is. He really is.
And now the truth, this is where Richard. But then I can see the difference between his dreams and his ability. We're working well. Let us knock off a bit. I think it's time we reconnoitred from the roof of the house. Taking the air. I was coming back. It's safer by night. One can't always work. We ought to reconnoitre now, because if any come near, they may hear the spades and drop on us. We ought to reconnoitre now, because if any come near, they may hear the spades and drop upon us unawares. One night last week, some fools got the electric light in order, and there was all Regent Street and the circus ablaze, crowded with painted and ragged drunkards, men and women dancing and shouting till dawn. A man who was there told me, and as the day came, they became aware of a fighting machine standing near by the Langham and looking down at them. Heaven knows how long he'd been there. It must have given some of them a nasty turn. He came down the road towards them and picked up nearly 100, too drunk or frightened to run away. There's some champagne in the cellar. No, I'm host today. Champagne. Great God. We've a heavy... No, I am host today. Champagne. Great God. We've a heavy enough tasker before us. Let us take a rest and gather strength while we may. Look at these blistered hands.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's lovely here. Let's just go through it, see if there's any
Yeah, okay.
little bits. I don't think there was a lot. Dear God knows that's it. All right. That one at the top of page 2.
Top of page 2, yes.
You know, the pages for page 2 where I didn't put any numbers on.
No, I'm just... yes, fortunately, I can count.
Yeah.
well,
I
up
didn't
to...
want to assume
No.
you're an actor.
No, and I'm possibly only good to 3, and then it might get a bit tricky. But
Line.
yes, exactly. So page 2. What hasn't they wiped it out?
Yeah, that's it. A little more shell shocked, I think. Like he's just walked away from a battle where his entire unit was wiped out.
Yeah. Okay.
He's pretty stunned here.
All right.
Yeah.
So narrator says, "What's happened?"
Do you want me to read the opposite lines?
Yeah, that might work, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Starting from the bottom of page 1.
Yeah.
I went down, unfastened the door and let him in, and locked the door again. I could not see his face. He was hatless, and his coat was unbuttoned.
My God.
He said as I drew him in. What has happened? I asked.
What hasn't? They wiped us out.
That's it.
Sorry,
I wasn't sure I was going
No,
to
no,
do
no.
the narration. Yeah.
No, don't
Yeah,
actually, because you might be okay on that. But okay, what has happened?
What has happened?
What hasn't? They wiped us out. Simply wiped us out.
God, that sounds terrible. Quickly, get drunk.
Yeah.
Medicinally so.
Yes, yes, yeah. Pouring out a stiff dose of whiskey.
That's right. Here, slug down this trip.
Yes,
That'll help
yes, yes, of course.
Yeah. Make a widow, cover wood, coming this way, gun destroyed. Right, on page, whatever, 3. Ah, lucky, we're on the last of the gun ones. Gun destroyed last night, sir. I want you to imagine puffed out chest, full of attention, speaking to a superior officer. Sir!
Okay. Gun destroyed last night, sir. Have been hiding. Trying to rejoin battery, sir. You'll come in sight of Martians, I expect, about half a mile along this road.
What the dickens are they like?
Giants in armour, sir. 100 feet high. 3 legs and a body like aluminium. It's easy enough. It's easy to say aluminium, but trying to miss that missing A is weird, isn't it?
That's what made me think he's got that accent, though.
Yeah, that's right, Lou.
Yeah. Little bits like that.
Yes, yeah. I think
he
that...
wrote some of the characters very offensively.
Yes.
Some of the working class people out the front of the factory and whatnot in an earlier scene.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the audience, they know exactly. That's how
Exactly.
they know what they're talking about, isn't it? That's yeah.
But what the dickens are they like?
Giants in armour, sir. 100 feet high, 3 legs and a body like aluminium with a mighty great head in a hood, sir. Head in a hood. Oh my God, I can't say it. Head in a hood.
That's all right. Last one again. Try that. What the dickens are they like?
Giants in armour, sir. 100 feet high, 3 legs and a body like aluminium with a mighty great head in a hood, sir.
Get out. What confounded nonsense.
You'll see, sir. They carry a kind of box, sir, that shoots fire and strikes you dead.
What do you mean? Gun?
No, sir. You can't see it, sir, but you can feel it pass by. The heat, sir. And whatever it touches, it sets aflame, sir. Trees, buildings, or men, it makes no difference, sir. Like the hand of some devil it is, sir. I watched him hold guns and burn men and blow up ammunition as easily as a boy with magnifying glass burns up an ant's nest, sir.
Well, fuck me.
Yes.
That sounds horrible.
Yes.
I think I'll turn around and go home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's not cricket, is it?
Who's for brandy?
Yes. Yes. Well, I've just remembered I've got to be somewhere else.
That's right. Officers Club. Yeah, it needs a sweep. Bye.
Which way did you say? Oh, well, sorry, I'm going the other way. Oh, okay. Yep.
Right. Moving on. Like that speech, that was good. You the man from working, I think that was all good. Good luck.
Okay.
Went away across London, that was all fine.
Do you know? I even was, as I was reading the book, I just this time through, I actually traced where they went. You know, because they say, oh, and today we got to Mortlake or Putney Hill. So I was going, well, how far is that? And actually, oh yeah, that's all right. They could. I'm sure H.G. Wells did it knowing that it could be traced
I'm
out.
certain he had a map open on his desk next to him the whole time, I'm sure.
They go,
Just
not that
the
it,
way he loves going, oh, they went from here to here in this direction. And took this long.
Yes.
I'm absolutely certain.
Yeah. My mum, this is a bit of useless nonsense, but he mentions Walton and he mentions Weybridge. And my mum and dad used to live in that area. And Brooklands motor racing circuit, is a very famous old racing circuit. It had banked tracks, and they go right part. They literally would have, not that Brooklands was about and this was about, but yeah. So it was interesting. It's sort of areas I've know a little of, and All right.
I think that would have helped make it really popular at the time, particularly amongst the English audience, of course.
Oh yes, absolutely. Oh yes, you can just imagine them going, "Oh yeah, I know this."
Cousin Geoffrey lives where that second canister landed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I love the way it's and it's like any movie version of all these sort of things. All of a sudden, the Martians have decided to land on this little bit of London, and that's all we know. We don't know whether it's it might have landed somewhere else, or they might be going somewhere else. But all we know is this little piece of London. These 4 or 5 cylinders that have landed in this part here.
See, I did think at some point it would be interesting to try and update it, right, as if the story was happening now. But I very quickly realised it wouldn't work because there would be communications from all over the world.
Yes, exactly right. Yes, yes, that's right.
Part has to be in this time.
Yeah, part of the thing is they have no idea. Just getting out of London is the main thing, but they don't know whether going to France is actually better or worse or whatever. But as you
France
say,
might be flat and made of glass by this point.
Yes, exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
When the wire is the fastest bit of communication, and that still takes hours or a day or whatever.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, any other?
Just flicking through. That's what I've been thinking. After Weybridge, I went south. That's all fine. The money went from France. That's good. It's all too bulky to stop. I like most of what you did through chapter 3. I think your third chapter anyway. It's not chapter 3. trumpets for a million years or so. We went through that. For the sake of the breed, I don't know what's going on under their feet. Beautiful.
I'm sure when you actually come to listen to it, you'll go, "Oh, he's popped here," or
maybe.
as well as I can tell, I didn't, but
I was sort of listening.
yeah.
And I think it should be okay. Even the one bit where you pulled back and went, "Oh, that probably popped." I don't think it did.
Oh, okay.
But it might have.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a bit tricky in there as well because everything's so close.
Yes.
I find it incredibly hard to record any shouted bits or anything like that.
Yes, because your natural exuberance wants to start gesticulating high, doesn't it, and making the movements.
Yeah, and you just can't. Even like I eventually started like shouting up into the stairs above you, which sort of actually sounds okay because the echo makes it sound like it's off in the distance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not as good as I would want, but
yeah,
we work with what we've got.
We do.
Eroticism. I don't exactly know what he means.
No. It's almost a strange word for this caliber of chap to say, isn't it? I mean, it's quite a
And it could have meant anything at the time.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I mean, initially I thought it was like the smell, but that's clearly not it.
No.
So I don't know.
Yeah, there's a few words, obviously. Yeah, fancy those brown creepers. I really don't know what that means.
I think he means the aliens there.
Oh, right.
I think.
Yeah. And he loves the word funking, I know, which is funny.
Yeah. And I tell you, it is almost impossible to look up what a word that we still use meant back in 1800s.
Yes.
It's almost impossible.
Yes.
What did it mean back then?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know. Ask your great-great-grandpa.
Yeah.
Well, he's super dead.
Yes,
So,
that's right.
Never met the man. I'm sure he was lovely, but
I can't funking ask him. Oh, I found it.
the guy's a funkhead.
Yeah.
All right, we did that one again already. That was good. Lord, if they come after me, I liked that. I probably would have overplayed the aggression, I think, if I was doing that one.
Oh, which one? Where we?
From the top, it's what's the good of going on with such lies? There's men who do it cheerful. What nonsense to pretend there isn't. We redid that one already.
Yeah.
And then the next one is if they come after me. Lord, if they come after me.
Oh,
I would have really pressed that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
a little too much.
I'm happy to redo it if you want.
You can if you feel it. Give it a few different versions.
Just,
I
was going to say,
well.
what's the top line of the page I'm looking at?
What's the good of going on with?
Yeah, got it.
And it's the second line on that page.
Okay, now what's the context? Just let me read what you said.
It's humans being trained to hunt down other humans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So, and you'd like me to redo that actual line with as though bastards?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a bit more malignant. Like you would fucking destroy them. You're a trained soldier. If these fat fucking clerks came to hunt you down.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah.
If they come, yeah. All right, I'll do that. I'll do. What's the good of going on with such lies? What's the good of going on with such lies? There's men who do it cheerful. What nonsense to pretend there isn't. If they come after me, Lord, if they come after me.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that all right?
I like that. I like that point that's halfway between you and me.
Yeah.
It's quite good. There's some really nice flavour in that area, I find.
Yeah.
Breed. Got any rubbish weaklings to add again? Yeah. That's all good. Clear out, show them in there, yeah. Okay, then the vengeful bit. Here we go. Second to last page.
Yeah.
Starts off, we're working well, let us knock off for a bit. Maybe just it's a tiny thing, but just a little, we're working well, you know? Like
all right, is that, yeah.
Break time, you know? He's probably been working for upwards of 40 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're working well. Let us knock off a bit. I think it's time we reconnoitred from the roof of the house. Of the house. We're working well. Let us knock off a bit. I think it's time we reconnoitred from the roof of the house. Yeah. See what you go on.
Do it again if you feel it. So,
Yeah.
but I'll probably. It was only that first bit I wanted anyway. I'll probably splice it with. The
Yeah. All right. No, you probably got a few there, haven't you?
I think that's it. I'm happy
Okay,
with
good.
Yeah.
Well, look, when you come to do it, please, mark any that are not to your satisfaction, and I'm more than happy to come in again and just do whatever's required.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I
we
really
have to do that though, because seeing as we're moving to Japan, and I'd quite like you to keep recording things.
All
I'm
right.
going to give you one of my 2 microphones.
Oh,
You can keep it at your place.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
You sure? Well, I mean, yes, you won't be taking 2
I
with
can
you. will
only
you?
take one.
Yes, I suppose.
You know. I could take 2, but what would be the bloody point of that?
That's right.
I could do it all in stereo.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. I'm just going to. I don't know. I'm going to hang that there.
Yeah. Oh, good. Say goodbye to your audience there.
Oh my! You're not.
Yes, that was streaming to Twitch the whole time you've been live.
Am I allowed to fucking swear?
Yes, it's my channel.
He didn't
no one
tell
cares.
me.
I'm a bastard. That is true. All right. Here we go.
You bastard! Right,
Steve Parker, you bastard. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, yes. So I could. Well, maybe I should take that with me, and if you do need me to.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
James.
Messing me all the way through?
Ah.
Someone. Oh, that's probably... I'm supposed to be doing... excuse me, a voiceover for a short film.
Oh.
And a narration thingy. And I got sick.
Oh.
The day after they sent me the script.
Oh, no.
Which I'd been waiting 2 months for.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, there you go. So that's probably, hey, have you gotten around to the thing?
Yeah.
No, unless you want me to record the whole thing, because my voice sounds different.
Yeah, and the voice is one thing you
Bye.
the voice